last time.
Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to Andrew's Aviation. So right now I'm at a stopover in Newark Liberty International Airport on my way home to Chicago on United Airlines. But this flight won't be just a regular United flight. Today, I'll be flying in first class on their 737-900ER. Supposedly United's first class is something special and I can't wait to check it out. So as a first-time first-class passenger, the first thing I had to do was check out United's Club Lounge. However, I had to pay to get inside, as United doesn't offer free lounge access to domestic passengers. There are two exceptions to this rule. One which is on United's Newark to Los Angeles or San Francisco route, where passengers with a first or business class ticket will have free lounge access. The other exception is if you have a same-day first or business class ticket on an international flight. I didn't have that, so one same-day pass cost me $60. As for my experience in the lounge, I thought the lounge was quite nice. The atmosphere was a little more lively here than in a typical lounge, but the lunchtime food and beverage options provided were very acceptable. This food was great, but I knew it was nothing compared to what we'd get in the air. Eventually, I had to leave, and I walked over to the gate where Flight 743 was waiting. Operating my flight today will be November 37419er, an 11-year-old 737-900ER. Shortly, boarding started, and I boarded in Group 1 with the rest of my fellow first-class passengers. Once on the plane, I sat down in my seat 5F, which has a fantastic engine view. But the view here isn't the only thing worth checking out though, so let's take a look at our seat details. United seats on their 737 feature side-folding tray tables, where a large tray table comes out the armrest. The table is a little flimsy, and for some reason I couldn't fold mine back into the armrest, which meant I had one armrest that wasn't completely flat. The in-flight entertainment on this version of the 737-900 features DIRECTV, and the screen itself is the same size as the screens in economy, so unfortunately on this version, you don't get a bigger screen with a first-class ticket. Moving down, there's your seat back pocket containing your safety information card, promotional brochures, in-flight magazine full of advertisements, and an air sickness bag. The pocket itself is very large and has more storage capacity compared to a typical economy seat. The legroom in these seats is generous, with a seat pitch of 37 inches and more space under the seat for all your stuff, and that's not to mention all the priority overhead bin space you'll have too. The chair you sit in is also very wide, with a width of about 20.5 inches compared to the 16.5 inches in economy. The headrest here is a lot bigger, and the foldable sides do a much better job keeping your head in place when sleeping. And lastly, on the side table in between the seats, you'll find your remote control for the IFE. And below that, you'll find your headphone jack and a universal power outlet.
4-3 with non-stop service to the windy city of Chicago. If you have jackets or anything, which you shouldn't have, today is a beautiful hot day, but if you do, please hold off on putting them jackets in the overhead bins as to make space for other people's carry-ons.
Right before pushback, the crew came around the cabin and took our pre-flight drink orders. No special morning cocktails for me today though, so I went for my usual drink of Coca-Cola. A little later, United's Spider-Man themed adventure safety presentation was played. I hope they keep this video around for a while, as I think it's really creative. Now that we're airborne, let's look into the IFE. With United's DIRECTV service, you can watch just about any kind of movie, TV show, or podcast that you'd like, and even pull up a flight map. There's a lot of variety here, and there's definitely something for everyone. Using DIRECTV might be great for catching sports games while they're on, but not so great for movies, as you can't play a movie from the beginning like you would on a regular entertainment system. You'll have to start watching from wherever the movie is streaming at that point in time. For example, when I went to watch the Lego Movie 2, I had to start from the middle. Once we reached 10,000 feet, the crew passed around some refreshing hot towels and then later gave everyone a bowl of warm nuts in a cute little bowl. They weren't seasoned or anything, but the warm temperature made eating them feel nicer. After that, we got our second drink order to go with our meal, this time in a nice tall glass. I got another glass of Coke, cause, you know, consistency. Eventually, lunch was served with the option of a chicken or vegetarian dish. The dish I ordered was grilled chicken breast with seasoned quinoa and roasted tomatoes. On the side was a garden salad with balsamic vinaigrette, a pretzel roll, and a piece of raspberry cheesecake. The first thing I had to dig into was the chicken breast. To my satisfaction, it was really moist and flavorful. The rest of the meal was absolutely delicious, and the cheesecake at the end was probably my favorite part. The remaining part of the flight was just me bouncing around a few TV shows and enjoying the gorgeous views of the Great Lakes. And right when we were over Lake Michigan, the crew came back around and took our final snack requests. I jokingly asked for a tapas snack box, expecting nothing to happen, but then a flight attendant came back with a box and just handed it to me. I was very surprised by this, and it just goes to show how a great flight crew can really make your day a little better with a little act of kindness. So overall, my first class experience with United was a blast. The seat was very comfortable, the food and the service were fabulous, and the crew were absolutely wonderful. Before this flight, I always wondered why people would spend extra money to fly first class, because the front and back of the plane were going to the same destination. Now I can see why. Every once in a while, it's good to have a little treat for yourself, and this trip did the trick. Now, is this the best first class experience out there? Probably not. But for the time being, as long as you enjoy yourself and have a good time, that's all that matters, and United definitely delivered on that. Now, it's probably a given that a ticket on this flight isn't free, but it actually wasn't that expensive either. This one-way ticket cost $175 as a part of my total fare from Stockholm earlier that day. So the big question you're probably asking is, was it worth the money? For me, I would say yes, but I want to know what you guys think. Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. So with the flight over, I'll end the video here. Feel free to like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and like always, have a wonderful day everyone.